Okay, so this is a practice of debate in English, and the last time the topic was why does a Japanese rural area decline every year and never gets better? That was the topic, and I mentioned one reason, which is peer pressure. And this time I'm gonna talk about silver democracy. I have to explain the terminology of silver, which is in Japanese means elder people. Silver stands for gray hair in Japanese. So silver democracy means the democracy held by mostly the majority is held by elder people. And the reason why I think this is the problem is that the ratio of the elder people who goes to the votes has higher percentage more than younger people. Let's say if there are 10 people and out of 6 or 5 people are more than 65 years old, let's say, then that group makes decision depend upon the elder people's opinion, and younger people's opinion tend likely not to take into account because of the majority. Democracy is about decided by majority. So if there are more people, if there are more elder people than younger people, then democracy collapses. You may say it's still democracy, but if there are more elder people, then the opinion balance is not equal. So this is a statistics. This is the fact. More than 40 years old in Japan, they goes to the vote ratio it's about 50%, and that 50% is driven by the age of 40 years old. So if there are younger people who is about 20s to 30s, even all these 20s and 30s goes to the vote, they cannot win against the elder opinion. And like Congress system is chosen by people, so the manifest tends to have the beneficial for elder people, and that's happening in Japan. And you may think this is something nation and decision making things, but this happens in the rural area as well. For example, if you want to decide how to use the riverside or something, let's say, and younger people wants to use the riverside for everybody to play around, for kids to have some fun on the side of the river. But if you go to the group of those decision-making people of the river, most of the age is more than about 40 years old, and sometimes more than 60 years old. And those people who are more than 65 years old in Japan, those people receive pension, which means they are not in worry of how to survive, because they get paid by the government monthly as a pension, so they don't care how to make money. And you may think that if you get older and if you have automatic income, you may think that people start to think of some other people's thing, right? Because you are wealthy enough, so they should think about the younger people or maybe children maybe children to grow better. But normally people, when they get older, they want to have they have the needs of how do you call it, recognition, self-esteem. They want to be they want to stand up in the higher position, or they want to increase their value. If you think of the Maslow's hierarchy, it states in that the bottom part is the physiological needs, right? Like food and things. And second is safety needs. And third is belongingness. And the step fourth is about esteem. And those elder people has three aspects from the bottom, which is they have the food, they have safety, and they belongs to something, but they want some self-esteem. So they want to be some others to think them they are really valuable. So what they do is that they demand their needs to them, not to thinking about the others, or maybe especially the youngers. So let's go back to the story, that decision making on how to use the riverside or something. And younger people want to use and make money, or maybe develop the riverside to be used by those the other people, or maybe for income. But the elder people make decision not to use the riverside. It's because if something happens, some bad things happen, maybe a tragedy or kids drown in the river or something, that can be responsibility for them. So they are afraid of making mistake because they want to keep up their self-esteem. So they decide to close the riverside. They decide not to use the riverside. And this is not only the riverside story, but all the other ways of usage in the countryside, the resources of use. The elder people tends to make decision of not to use any of the resources, because they don't care actually, because they've got income automatic as a pension. So even in the group, they have their meetings to make decision, right? As a democracy, they take majority, but there are more people, more number of elder people in the group. So the younger people who says the opinion about say the opinion about the better way of using those resources, they cannot win against those elder people's opinion. So yeah, that's it for today. Thanks very much.